Gleason in for Nick. I am the Rami half of Cattles and Rami. Hopefully they got some sleep before Brooklyn. Sleep is important, especially in athletic performance. And joining us now from Brooklyn is Kings assistant coach and friend of the show, Jordi Fernandez. Coach, how are you this afternoon, my friend?
Good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. I would imagine a little more well rested given the off day today than what you guys were yesterday. And Coach Brown didn't hide from it afterwards. It's a grind sometimes in the NBA, man. You guys got to your hotel room about 3:30, went out there and found a way to win. We all like the high scoring, high flying games that you guys have been winning throughout the season, but ones like that are pretty satisfying too, aren't they, Coach?
Yeah, those wins, like Coach said, when they're a grind, they're awesome. It was kind of an ugly win, but at the same time, a beautiful win because it's a different way to do it. As you know, we're used to score a lot, and we found our way to defend and then execute down the stretch to secure the win. So it was really good to see that.
Coach, this is Kevin Gleason. It's a pleasure to speak with you. I wanted to ask you about Domatas Sabonis and the injury that he's playing through. And I think we just kind of take it for granted that, oh, yeah, he's fine with it. But what kind of tone does it set for the team when one of your best players is playing through the type of injury and the type of pain that he's been playing through this season?
Yeah, I think Domas and Keegan, they set the example for the rest of the team. The number one thing is you have to be clear by the medical team and you know, like he was allowed to play through his pain and he got through it, same as Keegan. So, you know, that means a lot to all of us because at the end of the day, it benefits the group. So like you said, there's a lot of bunch of bruises in this league and times where your body is telling you that, you know, it's hard and you're in pain, but you know, a lot of these guys, they get through it. They work every single day. They sacrifice a lot for the rest of the team. So, you know, that's the reason why we are having a successful season. That's the mindset that we need to finish this regular season.
You know, it's funny you bring up Keegan when talking about. I think we all know that Domas has been dealing with a pretty serious injury this year, and we've known that there have been things that have been nagging at Keegan. And Coach, I'm not asking you to reveal any medical information that hasn't been put out there before, but he's a very understated guy. Has he been dealing with more pain wise than maybe what he's let on or what we as fans and media know?
No, Keegan is a superstar, a rock star. He's even keeled. He, you know, plays, you know, really hard and, you know, like, as you know, he may not show his emotions, but he cares and he tries to get better every day. He is a rookie starting in a winning team in the West. So it's a big challenge, but he's responding and, you know, we've seen Keegan scoring a lot of points. We've seen Keegan struggling with certain matchups, and we've seen Keegan that even he struggles to score. Now, the other day, he rebounded very well. Yesterday, he had a very good defensive half against Mikal Bridges, who's a very, very good player. So Keegan has been amazing for our group, and he's just going to get better.
Coach, I know that you've written a scholastic paper on basketball offenses, and with the proliferation of the three-pointer, you know, NBA offenses are getting more and more homogenized. So what is it that I know you don't want to share secrets of your offense, but what is it about the Kings and the way you approach it offensively that is unique in today's NBA?
Like you said, I'm not going to reveal any secrets.
Sure, of course.
You know, our I think it's very obvious that we play fast, and it's not just changing ends. It's like there's a lot of body movement and ball movement in the half court, and the pace that we play with in the half court, it's tough to keep up with for the other teams. And, you know, you could see, like, we competed against Milwaukee, against a team that physically was really big, and that team is equipped to go all the way through. And just because of the way we play, we have a chance against anybody. And, you know, the number of passes, everybody sharing and everybody touching the ball, and the amount of shooting we have combined with our best two players, that's what you see right now on the court, and that's why we're, you know, number one offensively.
Talking with Kings assistant coach Jordi Fernandez here on Cattles and Rami, Sactown Sports, youtube.com/Sactown Sports. Hit those thumbs up for us, if you would, please. Coach, last night, Kevin Huerter leaves the game with the hamstring injury. Today, we get the good news that it came back negative, which is probably best case scenario, and he's listed as day-to-day. How worried was the team, the coaching staff last night about Kevin Huerter, given how big a role he's played for you guys, especially recently, and how much of a relief is it that it appears he won't be off the court for too long?
Yeah, obviously, losing Kevin would have been, not good for the rest of the team. He, as you said, like plays a big role for us. Plays a lot of second side pick and roll, a lot of shooting, but the good news, is he's day to day. I talked to him today. He's in a good place. So whenever he's ready to come back, we'll be happy to have him back. At the same time, I think right now, because we have a deep roster and the rest of the players have played very well, we'll be able to compete. So it's good that if he's back right away, great for us. If he's not and needs a day or two, then it's an opportunity for somebody else. And we'll be happy for that next guy to step up and have a bigger role.
We were talking before this Kevin Huerter injury last week on the show, and a lot of people have brought up this point about just how fortunate you guys have been when it comes to injuries. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, Coach, but you're starting five, and the percent of minutes that they've played is leaps and bounds ahead of the team that's in second. Is that something that has dawned on you guys that you've ever discussed, just how fortunate this team has been when it comes to the health and the lack of injuries over the course of an NBA season?
Well, in my opinion, there's different things that can affect the injuries. Like you said, the number one is luck, and we cannot control that, right? Like contact sport, 5-on-5, you never know. Number two is we have a young roster, so the younger you are, the less chances to get hurt, right? So we're pretty young. Number three is our guys that are doing an unbelievable job preparing themselves, working every day to stay healthy, to rest, to eat the right way, to do their extra job, their treatments. Four, it's our medical staff and performance. They've been amazing. Helping the guys recover, but also leading them and helping them with their habits. So I think all that combined with the front office putting the team together, as you said, being a little, obviously lucky, but you get this type of seasons where, knocking on wood here, we stay healthy up until this point.
Coach, I know that you're focused solely on this year, but it's no secret you're going to be a head coach someday. In what way do you hope that when you're a head coach, you most resemble your current head coach and mentor, Mike Brown?
Right now, my focus is to make his life better, like you said. And I just take every single day as a learning day on how to build and how to build relationships and how to lead a project, how to lead a team, how to be a good people and holding people accountable, and being a really, really good human, either, sometimes making mistakes, but owning it and moving forward. All those things make Coach Brown who he is. Me personally, I'm extremely lucky that, he brought me here and I'm here with him right now. And like you said, maybe one day is my chance to be a head coach, but right now my mind is to be in the playoffs in Sacramento and be here for, a long time with him.
Speaking of where your focus is, I would imagine that I've been telling Kings fans all along to enjoy every little thing about this ride, given how long that they've waited for something like this to happen, Coach. But I wouldn't imagine that clinching a winning record for the first time in 16 years is necessarily something that you guys are throwing a party for in that locker room, right? There are much bigger goals that are set, and you guys have your eyes on the prize too much to be worried about something like that. Would I be right in that?
Yeah, I think that before you win, because winning at the end of the day is a result, right? we're focused on process, and that means winning for the long run, winning for many years, winning championships, moving on to the next round. Like I said, playoffs is a focus, and that doesn't mean one round. It means once we get there, we're going to focus on winning that one and get to the next one. And I think that competitive mindset, that's what you work on a day-to-day basis. Especially the days that you don't have games, is when you show up, you do your job, and that means you're competing. That's when, you get to the game, it's almost like an instinctive reaction. You just, every single day, what you're going to do is fight to give your best. And I think that's who we want to be. That's why there's no celebrations. Winning more than 41 games is pretty cool. I'm super happy for the fans, for the city, but we have really high standards, and what we hope is that people enjoy watching us, and they're proud of what the guys do on the floor. That's what really means a lot to us.
That's Kings coach Jordi Fernandez. Coach, thanks for a few minutes of your time.
Thanks,
Best of luck tomorrow in the nation's capital, and getting back home to these Kings fans. Really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
There's Coach Jordi Fernandez. He joins us on the